logo program, where we just had our first test plug fest in Luxembourg, but we will continuously to enhance, to increase the amount of systems that are interoperable, and that certify products with many of these companies. These are the promoter companies. There are about 20, close to 30 in piece, and if you see names, they're global promoters. Intel, Medtronic, Panasonic, many of them ones are familiar, but Barcelona Clinique, Kaiser Permanente, Partners Telemedicine, also health companies that provide these services. And that link between the two is where we'll hopefully create what was now an 150 company membership. And these companies are not just from Spain and from Europe, from Asia, from Latin America, from US. That's becoming global. And that, even though that 2-year track record, there was a lot of companies. I think that right now our focus is not just the companies, but truly driving the products. And we're close to that, to hopefully have these companies that have those ideas that can innovate, bring them to truly services in a quicker amount of time. Some of the version 1 device connectivity standards that is mentioned at the PlugFest are all the sensors that we talked about. What information, not what sensors connected, what information is needed at the other end. And when I say at the other end, it's that who renders the services, not just to an aggregator, but all the way through a personal record. And utilizing HL7, yes, but what is the information that you want to make sure that is readily available to the clinician at the other side? And how is he going to interact with that information? We're doing that just not, even though our member companies already are engaged heavily in this, we're also making code available. Many of the members have contributed in creating code for allowing the interface and the interoperability with many of these devices, aggregators, and personal records. We will continue to contract that out, and we'll continue to make that available to our members. So when you join, it's not that you have to start from scratch. And at the end of the day, our most important element is that it's not recreating the wheel, to allow that wheel to spin a little faster. The way we do this is we have different working groups. We have the use case working group, mainly clinician-driven, to try to make sure that we have the proper use cases. We have that very linked to our technical working group that tries to take those use cases and formulate what is required to create them. We have this test and certification program that I mentioned, but we also needed to work on the financial, regulatory, and policy aspects of this. So as you see, that the policy aspects has the different regions throughout the world, because there are different elements from a U.S. type of scenario to a European or even to an Asian. So there's members in each one of the groups. There's activities that are done on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis. And with that, we also have events that are on a quarterly basis. Our first one mentioned in San Francisco 2 years ago, then Boston, London. And we've gone around the globe. That was our first year. Our second year on the same scenario. And with this, I make an announcement for us in that next year we will also be here in Spain. We will be in Barcelona in April of 2009. And the idea with it is to promote and to make sure that we can make this ecosystem as wider as possible. And not just to companies, and it's not just for profit, as you see many of the institutions are public organizations as well, but to universities and to other centers of alliances, as we have heard here today. We've also this started about 6 months ago. It's a matchmaking program, and that many of the providers that were not members at the time or needed to have a mechanism to adopt these services. So we've created a matchmaking program to facilitate requests for proposals or even manage contacts between the different companies within the organization, and hopefully facilitate this as well as bring opportunities to our current members. And with that, thank you very much.